Gavin Newsom is screaming that Trump ain't leaving.
Wake up, everybody. Wake up.
Let me ask you about
Excuse me, and I know it's impolite. We have to be more calm and demure.
a couple of your own.
But I'm not calm, and I'm not going to submit myself to niceties. Not when this guy is trying to wreck our country. This is simply the most destructive and damaging individual in my lifetime that happens to be the President of the United States. I don't think Donald Trump wants another election. You think for a second you want... I have 24 Trump 2028 hats. His folks keep sending me. Who spends $200 million on a ballroom at their home and then leaves?
That is the best. Sending him hats. I'm going to send him hats. Helicopter Hands was also smearing ICE as Trump's personal army.
You have the largest private police force in the world. When they're done with this, all that funding and that big, beautiful betrayal allows more resources for this private police force that increasingly is showing a tendency not to swear an oath to the Constitution, but to the President of the United States. And he'll be sending them to voting booths and polling places all across this country.
All right, I saw quite possibly one of my favorite pieces of tape, Dana, of all time. I know that we often, we watch Gavin for his crazy hands. Trump called him out on his crazy hands, and now Gavin's got issues with his hands. Let's roll this tape and just watch how he's gripping with your life, his hands, and his little thumb. His little thumb is trying to escape, but he's like, I can't do it. He's got his left hand locked with the right hand. Somebody told him to do this, and it's like, but he can't. The little thumb's going.
Look at that! All of them have their hands like that.
Yes, exactly.
Wait, the thumbs are moving. This is so weird.
No, but he's trying to. Now Trump is in his brain over his hands. The question is, will he be able to control himself?
Well, when he talks about the big, beautiful betrayal, that's a decent line. I think it's fine. But then I think, well, one of the reasons we're having the border issues in terms of increasing the number of police and law enforcement and ICE is because of the big, beautiful betrayal at the border.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And they don't seem to get that. I think it's interesting that he didn't seem to show up in Minneapolis for the DNC meeting, right? Because that's like, nobody wants to deal with that. It was so bad. Even he knew to stay away from that. But he is talking about authoritarianism when he won't put forward the money to deal with Prop 36. This was a bill that passed in California, not a bill, what do you call those things? Proposition, thank you. Prop 36, that's in the name, I should have known it. 70% of the Californians that voted for it, so that's obviously a bipartisan group, wanted the crime penalties to be returned to where they were before. 70%, and they're not implementing it. It's not being executed so that they can do all of these other things. To me, that's a betrayal.
No, that's a great point. The one when I see him, Joey, I go like, he's really good when he's passionate, but he doesn't have passion for the issues, whether it's crime, homelessness, fire, the natural disasters, but he has his passion for Trump. Does he not realize that that doesn't help the people in California? Why doesn't he have that passion?
His passion is to run for and be president, and he thinks criticizing Trump is his path there. I think it's quite telling when your best strategy to get someone to vote for you is telling them how bad the opponent is, and that's where Democrats are right now. Because the issues, their believed positions, their traditional positions, the positions, the Democrat platform, in any mold you put it in, the positions they take aren't popular with Americans right now because President Trump has thrown this big populist tent. He's changed